wrestling fans, welcome to another edition of Tag Team. I'm your host, Cesar Scorpio, alongside the Invincible E. Vincent.
Hey.
WWE Monday Night Raw, following Summerslam 2011. Had a lot of explaining to do, E.
Yeah.
Kevin Nash situation here, the Alberto Del Rio situation, CM Punk, John Cena, all of that went down on Monday Night Raw. Let's get started here.
Nope.
First things first, Triple H rolls out and says, all right, I know what you're going to ask me. Let me get started here with this whole situation here with Big Daddy Cool, Kevin Nash. Now, I didn't tell him to do what he did. I invited him to SummerSlam. We reached each other via text, left some tickets for him at Will Call, and that was all I heard from Kevin Nash. Now, Jerry the King mentioned he didn't believe him.
Yeah.
But again, the Triple H mentions that we, as we promised, at this Monday Night Raw, we was going to be an undisputed champion, and we do, and here he is. Alberto Del Rio comes out and does a little rant of his own here. He mentions that every day he wakes up, he looks in the mirror and says, what do I want to do today? I feel like kicking Rey Mysterio's ass.
Yeah. And this had special meaning, being that they were holding this in San Diego.
619.
Yeah, Rey Mysterio's hometown.
Now, this was interesting because these guys have a feud. Of course, both luchadores, Dos Caras Jr., Rey Mysterio Jr., these guys have a past. So the fact that it was his first title defense was Rey Mysterio, nice to see.
Yeah.
Again, this is something that's going to be ongoing. Don't expect this to end now. And there was a main event here, this match, later on in the show.
Yes.
After this, we had John Morrison versus R-Truth in a Falls Count Anywhere match. This was a good match. I mean, it looked like John Morrison was not injured at all.
Yeah. He was pretty much almost up to 100% strength. He was doing a whole lot of the stuff that he used to do back in the days. Taking it out to the outside of the ring.
Falls Count Anywhere. Why not?
Anywhere.
Pins attempts on the outside.
Yeah, he got thrown out into the crowd.
That was nice.
Went to go back and get him. Coming back over the top of the railing, he delivered a little special delivery to R-Truth's head.
It was rolling. It was rolling here John Morrison's way. Match finally ends when John Morrison hits a chair shot 2.0. He puts him on one of those rolling chairs that they have for the ringside announcers.
Yeah, he flipped him into it.
Flips him into it, and then decides to throw a knee into him?
Yeah. Gets a running start and throws a nice knee.
Boom!
So,
yeah, a 3.0 version, go to sleep, or a chair shot 2.0, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Needless to say, the match is over. He gets the pin, and we move on to the next match. Following that, we had the
Miz. But before that, the Miz wants to take Jared from Subway.
You want to go to the Miz?
Oh, yeah.
The WWE commercial.
Yes. We were talking before about how somehow the commercials don't show up in
well, TNA has that direct insurance.
Commercial.
And here's Abyss. I love the way their customer service is so friendly.
Yeah.
And then,
Kurt Angle.
I just think
$600.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unnecessary. And I was saying how the WWE doesn't do that kind of thing. Well, he kind of caught me there.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the Miz is doing a Subway commercial.
Jarrett's ringside with a sandwich in hand, by the way. Crispy chicken, they call it, right?
Yeah. It's like,
Thanks, WWE. Making me look like an ass.
That's timing. If this had happened last week, this conversation wouldn't even happen.
All right. Well, after that happened, then we had the Divas come out for their match. Eve and Kelly versus the Bellas. Man, could it get any better? Woo! Anyway, these ladies come out. They have their match. Good to see. I mean, pins that would never be right with men doing them.
Yeah.
But the pins, the fact that the ladies were doing them. God. Anyway. This match ends when Eve does the moonsault from the top rope.
Yep.
Hits, I think, Brie Bella. Not sure. And that's a wrap. So they end up winning the match. After that match, we got Natalya and we have Beth Phoenix on the outside, dressed to kill, by the way.
Rocking that old-timey rockabilly look.
Great. I loved it. Beth Phoenix, hey. Woo. Anyway,
nice.
They came out, gave them dirty looks, and then rolled back out. So that was the end of that little...
Yeah, to be continued.
Definitely. Following that, the invitation to Kevin Nash to come to Monday Night Raw was given, and Kevin Nash showed up. He rolls out here. No music. I expected the Diesel music to come out. You know, nothing.
Yeah, they
nothing.
never referred to him as Diesel.
It was
they kept
dry.
Kevin Nash.
Kevin Nash. Man, that was WCW. But I guess WWE owns WCW, so there you go. Anyway, he comes out, advises that all he knows is that he received the tickets, of course, from Triple H, who was with Best Buddies for 20 years.
Yeah.
Even though I thought Triple H's best buddy was Shawn Michaels, but whatever. You can have more than one best buddy, right? I didn't think so, but apparently you can. So he says he left him tickets, will call. He collected the tickets. Then he received a text stating he wants somebody to mess up the champion, whoever it is, regardless.
No matter what happens, whoever
go in there and take care of business.
Exactly.
So he did just that. Took care of business. Here comes Del Rio, and the rest is history. Now
he says maybe he didn't understand, and maybe him and Triple H need to get on the same page. Pretty much inferring that Triple H is lying or whatever. But he says to CM Punk that regardless of whatever it is, it was just business.
Punk rolls out and advises, "I don't believe you. This couldn't be the case. I mean, I don't blame Del Rio because he did what I've done.
Yeah.
But I blame you and I blame Triple H." So again, this is going to be something that's going to be ongoing.
Yeah.
Especially since the fact that right after this little rant, CM Punk goes to the back to look for Triple H. Kevin Nash does the same thing. He's looking for Triple H to explain what's going on here.
Yeah.
John Laurinaitis meets up with him and says, "Kevin Nash, I want to meet up with you in my office. We got some business to talk about.
Exactly.
Let's do some business." Is Kevin Nash, Big Daddy Cool Diesel, coming back to WWE for good?
It looks like it. If not for good, at least for a while. That would be nice. It looks like he still got the
that
move.
Just for men hair color's working beautifully.
Yes, it is, man. Comb it into the beard, comb it into the hair.
Put him in the Diesel clothes. Come on.
Do his thing.
Bring back Big Daddy Cool.
Yeah.
He still looks good. Bring him back. Anyway, that's the only way we can keep this feud going here with CM Punk, John Cena, Del Rio, all of them.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Perfect setup. It's going to be a good 6 months right now.
Awesome. After that, we had Alex Riley versus Jack Swagger. The only thing that was interesting about this is that Vicki Guerrero and Dolph Ziggler were in the back.
Yeah.
They were actually at ringside and going back and forth like a married couple for 20 years.
Yeah.
And what happens here? Vicki Guerrero gets involved to show her value to Dolph Ziggler by taking JR's hat, putting it on the referee, then the referee chews her out as Jack Swagger does what he's got to do to get the victory. The lift, 3 times? Trying to do that ab lift?
Yeah, definitely try to
gut-busting, suplex.
The gut-buster suplex.
Gut-wrencher.
Gut-wrench, there you go. And tried it 3 times. Alex Riley tried to help him get it right, and eventually dropped him.
Fail!
Yeah, go back to your old...
I loved it. Who said that? Was it JR?
I believe it was JR.
JR said, he needs to go back.
Michael Cole.
Michael Cole. He needs to go back to that leg lock and forget that buster there.
Not side suplex.
Not working out. Anyway, point made. Vicki Guerrero shows her value and is seen in the back walking around. Now who comes meets her? The guy that's appreciative.
Swagger.
Jack Swagger says, "Hey Vicki, have you thought about expanding the roster? I would love to have you there as my manager. You look great." Throwing that cougar, magnetism right there, trying to get her bait on, and there it is. So interesting to see what happens there. I would like to see that. Because what else is Jack Swagger going to do?
Exactly.
He needs that.
They got to do something with him.
Michael Cole wasn't doing anything to help him out.
Not at all.
All right. After that, we had tag team David Otunga and Michael McGillicuddy versus what I think is a great tag team, Evan Bourne and Kofi Kingston. Now, I'm tired of seeing Otunga and McGillicuddy going, why are they still the champs?
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. There's no division. There's no division. Who else? What are the tag teams?
WWE's weak. Tag team division.
They just they just broke up. Santino and Kozlov. Who else is there?
The Usos is all they got.
The Usos is all they got, and they won't. For some reason, they don't get a shot.
And they don't want to push them. Push them!
Push.
I mean, they need some tag teams here.
Yeah.
That's the reason why WWE Relations, John Laurinaitis, needs to get these guys in, even if they're nobodies. Get them in just to form a tag team to compete against McGillicuddy and Otunga.
Yeah, and
these guys suck.
And the thing is, it looks like Otunga and McGillicuddy are trying to turn up the heat, trying to generate some electricity here. But
JR mentioned it.
Exactly.
JR's like, these guys ain't doing nothing for me.
Exactly.
JR mentioned it.
And it's like he would know.
Not only that, Jerry the King the king. I'm all WWE. WWE runs through my body.
Yeah.
That guy's saying these guys ain't good.
Yeah.
So something's got to change.
Either give them some worthy adversaries or just get them out of there and just give it to the Usos. This team that we had with Evan Bourne versus Evan Bourne and Kofi Kingston, they did a dynamite.
They won.
Yeah.
They won the match. So obviously they're worthy of a rematch.
Yeah.
Possibly title shot this time. Otunga and McGill don't like to throw their titles on the line because they're afraid they're going to lose every time.
Yeah. Yeah, but high flying, all over the place. This needs to happen.
Rematch will happen. We'll find out when. Maybe Night of Champions? It should. It needs to happen. Following that, we had the main event. Rey Mysterio versus Alberto Del Rio. Now, I, for all purpose, expected Del Rio to cheat, get the W shady. He was being called out by Jerry the King Lawler and JR as to whether he's deserving of the championship. The guy won the Money in the Bank. He could do whatever he wants, cash it in whenever he wants. He wins this match fair and square.
Yep.
No cheating, technicality right down the line. Beautifully. He ends up winning this match from Rey Mysterio. Now, the only thing here that really made me laugh was John Cena, as you mentioned here before, when he sees cameras and a belt, he runs over there.
I must be involved.
Runs in there and says, "Oh, Del Rio, you're going to have to defend that title one of these kind of days." Didn't he just defend it right before John Cena rolled out?
Yes, he did.
We threw ourselves on the line for the pay-per-view SummerSlam, and you go in there and disrespect. John Cena, shut up!
That's how Money in the Bank works. That's why everybody knows that's how Money in the Bank works. Everybody who's gotten Money in the Bank did the exact same thing.
Respect John Cena. John Cena, you're sick. You're a great wrestler. But just let somebody else have the limelight for a change.
Yeah.
Get your face out of here. Take a listen from CM Punk. He said, "All right, I'm not mad at Del Rio. He did what he had to do. I'm off." You didn't even get pinned by Del Rio, and you're crying like a little.
Yeah.
Come on.
Running into to chase Alberto Del Rio off of Rey Mysterio after the bell. That's one thing, but the whole speech about how he doesn't deserve it, that really doesn't make any sense.
You have a bullseye on your back. No.
Well,
watch your friends because they're going to be your enemies.
He doesn't have any friends in the first place. There's Ricardo and nobody else. Who else is he friendly with?
Whatever, John Cena. Get in line like the rest of them. You're not even the one contender. Punk is. Let's see what happens with that.
Yes.
Cena fans, I'm sorry. That guy got on my nerves a little bit today.
The diatribe at the end didn't need to happen.
All right. Now, we don't have time for the Lucha Minutes, so we're going to skip it this time. But stay tuned here for next TNA review, where we will have the Three the Hard Way from Invisible E. Vincent. And don't forget to watch the spoiler for SmackDown tomorrow, if you like that kind of thing. Other than that, watch it on Friday. For myself, Cesar Scorpio, Invisible E. Vincent, thank you very much for watching. See you guys on next week.